So there are different problems for which HMM can be used to get answers to that. So let's look into what kind of major problems are there. And there are three classic problems in HMM: evaluation, decoding, and learning. What is evaluation? So we are given a model and an output sequence. What is the probability that the model generated that output? So this thing is called as evaluation. So we get a sequence of roles by the casino player. Now we get these numbers, these results. So the question is, how likely is this sequence given our model of how casino works? So that thing is called as, it can be given as this probability of x while pi. So this is the evaluation problem in HMM. The second problem is called as decoding, or the second part of it. So given a model and an output sequence, what is the most likely state sequence through the model that generated the output? So you are given a sequence. Now you are assessing that what states are there in that system. So that thing is called as decoding. So most of the time while we are doing these hidden Markov models, we are in this area, we are doing some decoding problems. So you are given some sequence of symbols, so you are decoding that what states are underlying those sequences. So we have a sequence of roles again like this, and what portion of the sequence was generated with the fair die and what portion with the loaded die. So this thing is our decoding. So we do some calculations, we come up with the models, and then we understand that this first part is fair. In the middle they try to use this loaded die, and then in the last part they were again fair. So that kind of situation are inferring these kind of states from looking into this sequence. We call it as a decoding problem. There is one algorithm which we will talk about in the later sections, Viterbi algorithm. So that is the main decoding algorithm. Learning is you are given a model and a set of observed sequences. So how do we set the model's parameters so that it has a high probability of generating those sequences? So it's kind of playing with the parameters to get the maximum outputs. So for example, we have again this sequence of roles, and question is how loaded is loaded, how fair is the fair, and how often does the casino players they change from fair to loaded and back. So it's kind of working with the probabilities and getting them in those equations or in those numbers. So for example here, what is the probability of 6 while we are in this region? So that thing is our learning. And finally, when we put all these scenarios together, we can come up with something like this. So we come to know that the system has two states, and what are the transition probabilities and what are the emission probabilities. So in general, there are three classical problems which are dealt in hidden Markov models. One is evaluation, the other one is decoding, and third one is learning.